right, I'm back. Thursday, March 5th, 2026. I left my good hat at the house, so I'm wearing this garbage hat to cover up my baldness, which I'm not bald, I just shaved it bald. It's growing back. I'm gonna look like a chia pet before long. I'm already starting to look like a little chia pet. How many of you remember the chia pets? Did anyone have a chia pet watching these videos? If you did, leave a comment. Let me know if it grew correctly like it shows on the box. Mine never did. I had a few chia pets back in the 80s. And you'd get maybe one side of it would grow, or maybe a little part section would grow, but never got the whole thing to work right. So let's see, what do we want to talk about today? So much going on in the world. I've been making YouTube short videos, using YouTube only to make them. I've been having pretty good success at making the videos, you know, getting anywhere from 1,400 to 1,800 likes or views on them. Views, not likes, but views. And I'm just, you know, things that I see funny on other people's videos, I'll take a little segment of their video, maybe a 5 to 8 second clip, and then add my 2 cents. And I don't know, you know, it's, you know, people are viewing those short videos, but they're not viewing much of my my videos of me talking about different topics. Kind of wondering why. I don't know, maybe I'm boring. Who knows? If I'm boring, you know, leave a comment so that I know I'm boring. I mean, I can be boring sometimes, but you know, I don't think I'm boring all the time. But if I am, leave a comment, let me know. And if you like what I'm talking about, you know, hit the like button, hit subscribe, and maybe I'll get more than 7 followers. In March, maybe I'll get one new follower, maybe 1 new follower a month. And then in 100 years, I'll have, you know, 12 times 100, you know, I'll have, what's that, 1,200 followers? I don't think I'll be around that long. But it is what it is. I'm thinking about going around Mississippi and filming some historical places in Mississippi and showing y'all that. I'm coming up on a traffic jam now here on Interstate 20. I'm heading to Vicksburg to play music tonight. So ain't that nice? All these semi-trucks have their damn hazard lights on. And don't you love these semi-trucks? Whenever you get traffic like this, they won't let nobody go around them, so they take up 2 lanes. They try to block traffic. Like they pay more taxes on the road than the rest of us. You know, shit boils my blood whenever I get a truck driver in front of me that does that shit. And but you know, if you're a truck driver watching this video, you need to stay in your lane. You know, you pay the same amount of taxes as the rest of us. So, and that's the way it is. So yeah, I'm heading to play some music. I'm using a 12-string Ovation guitar I bought. I took 4 of the strings off of it and turned it more into a 6-string. I left the 4 high strings, and it still sounds a little bit of it like a 12-string, but I got more control over it with the other deep, the thicker deep strings, the E and the A and the B and the D. by playing it that way. So maybe I'll film one of the videos, or not one of the videos, but maybe I'll film one of the songs tonight and put it on here so y'all can see us play some music. My little duet that I have. My female singer is not feeling well. She's been not feeling well for a week now, and I keep telling her to go to the doctor and get checked out, or I've got antibiotics, but I can't get her to take anything. So she'll take a little ivermectin here and there that I give her, and that definitely helps out. I found out about ivermectin back in January, February of 2020, when Fauci unleashed his beer pandemic. And yeah, we call it the beer pandemic because I'm sure YouTube would take the video down if I called it what it is. And but old Fauci, he's still walking free after killing 8 to 12 million people. There ain't no telling how many people's died and are continuing to die to this day from myocarditis and all the different effects that the beer flu had on everyone. But it is what it is. I mean, you got people in Congress that are corrupt as hell. I mean, look at the Democrats. They're rooting for the destruction of the United States, and they're rooting for Iran to win the little war that's going on between the United States and Iran. The Democrats are rooting for the destruction of America. They're hoping Iran wins. The media is helping them out. They're pushing that that Iran's winning and America is losing. It's just ridiculous. Trump needs to find out exactly who's paying the media to push this propaganda and shut them down. And until he does, until he reins in that media or reins in the people paying them to run their mouths and try to destroy this country, it's just going to get worse and worse. And we're going to end up being in a real dictatorship. The Democrats keep saying, oh, Trump's a dictator. No, Trump is not a dictator. Trump is trying to solve the world's problems and make life better for everyone in the world and the United States, first and foremost. And in order to do that, you have to get rid of the corruption. And he is going straight to the heart of it. He got rid of Maduro. He is getting rid of the ayatollah in Iran, the state sponsor of most of the terrorism in the world. He's gotten rid of them. And now they're going after all the fraud in the country, which was it was amazing when Elon Musk had the Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, going when Trump first got elected last year. Man, Democrats were screaming hell or high water, wasn't they? They were just screaming and screaming, having press conferences and just out on the lawns and just screaming that Elon was taking their money. Well, no, it's not their money. It's tax-paying money that they were stealing in the form of Social Security checks that were that from people that have died long ago, and some of them, some Social Security checks from people that died 100 years ago, they were still collecting. I mean, how does that happen? Unless you're a Democrat and you can get away with stealing taxpayer money. Like Chelsea Clinton, $2 million that was paid for her wedding. $2 million for a wedding. And who paid for that? American taxpayers. So, he discovered all the fraud going on, and not all of it, but he discovered a lot of it. And then Democrats just screamed hell or high water. They shut him down. So they shut him down. They got him out of there. And I'm not sure what's going on with DOGE, the Department of Government Efficiency, but they should have just kept it on going. Maybe it's still going. I don't know. If anyone knows, leave a comment. Let me know if they're still investigating all that. But now the investigations have turned to Minnesota, all the Somali fraud, and of course you got Elon Omar and Tim Waltz and all them that are all behind all that. They're all, you know, they were all lining their pockets. And of course Tim Waltz, he had to go in front of the Congress the other day, and of course all he did was lie, same as Hillary Clinton and Bill Clinton about Epstein Island and all that. Oh, we've never been there, we don't even know the man. You know, it's just the amount of corruption and lies, and it's just never ending. I made another video and I called it money is the root of all evil, and that's exactly right. You know, I've never stolen money from anyone. I don't believe I ever will. I've always worked as hard as I can for the money that I do have, even though about 3 years ago the Mississippi State IRS audited me and took $52,000 of my hard-earned money that took me years to save, because if anybody knows that has a small business knows how hard it is to make money being in business for yourself, and to be able to save that money for a retirement fund. It's very hard. I mean, there's some months that I can make 40 to 50 grand, and I still don't have enough left out of that after paying employees, paying for business expenses, paying for insurances and vehicle. I mean, just, and you still don't have enough money to put in a savings account after that. So every now and then you get lucky and you're able to put a little bit in there, and then the next thing you know, you go a month without a paycheck, and then you got to keep your guys paid anyway, so you just draw it right back out and you end up. But yeah, they did some damage on me when they audited me 3 years ago, saying that I owed sales tax and tax on labor for paying my guys. You know, it don't even make sense. I've paid all my federal taxes. I've never not paid my federal taxes. I've paid them every year since I started working when I was 15. And I mean, that's one thing you can guarantee: death and taxes. So I'm driving down the road right now, so it's I got to keep my eyes on the road. And plus, when I look at the camera and look how beautiful I am and good looking, I turn red. I start blushing. Anyway, I'm gonna take a drink of this sarsaparilla. So I don't know if the YouTube video will be taken off or taken down, or if I get a warning or whatever because of that. When I turned that bottle and showed you that I was drinking a sarsaparilla, it showed the name of the company on there. So I don't know if that's legal or not. Who knows? But yeah, I'm gonna try to keep these little videos going. I don't, haven't been making them like I said I was going to every other day or every day. I mean, I'm so busy trying to work to keep bills paid that it's just it's a hard time out there. And I hate to see the gas prices go up, but I hate to see terrorism in the world. I hate to see Iran get a nuclear bomb and kill millions of people in Israel and the United States and everywhere else whenever they finally unleash it on us. I'm telling you, if Tim Waltz and Kamala Harris would have got into presidency, we would be in very big trouble right now as a country. We wouldn't even be a country anymore. And that's a fact. And Biden did a lot of damage in 4 years, and it wasn't really Biden. Biden didn't even know what the hell he was doing. It was Obama pulling Biden's strings. Obama's on video saying if he could have a third term somehow, some way, he would do it. He just needed to figure out how to do it. Well, he figured out how to do it. He used Biden as a puppet. And Obama, the Mr. Islamist in chief, he did everything he could to destroy America through Biden. And of course, you got all these fledglings out there that just, you know, they stand behind the Democrats and stand behind all the corruption. You know, I don't know how they're benefiting from it. People like you and me watching these videos, they don't benefit from it, but man, they'll support them and they'll jump out there and they'll vote quick for the corruption, you know, thinking that they're getting something for free. Oh man, they offered us free housing and free buses and free things for everyone. How's that working out for all you people in New York City? Getting the Muslim Mamdani in there, or whatever his name is. Anyway, I've got to get off here. I've got to get to the gig and play some music. But I might film one, and we'll go from there. And we'll see you on the next one.